Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how Dave Filoni talks about Ashoka's rebel roots. So let's give this a watch, shall we? There we go. So, Entertainment Weekly recently interviewed Dave Filoni on the upcoming Ashoka series and its ties into Star Wars Rebels. When asked if Ashoka is just a live-action Rebel Season 5, Filoni had to say this: I suppose that's one way to look at it, because of that blog that I did in Rebels. Definitely all signs are indicating that there's a continuation. But before I read the rest of the quote, isn't what's considered to be the Skywalker saga, and in this case like Clone Wars and Rebels, all supposed to be a bit of a continuation of each other in a way? So, like, I don't know. Anyways, continuing, I just want to ask that question, see if you guys feel like the Skywalker saga, Clone Wars, and Rebels together, and you can say Bad Batch, supposed to be like like in a way a continuation of each other or not. I'm going to shut up and continue. For me, when I'm telling those stories, I don't limit things like, oh well, I did it in animation, so I would be distinctly different in live action. There's just story that is it. No telling it in one medium. He continued, Rebels is a different style than the Clone Wars, even visually. That changed the way I can execute certain things in Rebels. The story kind of evolved since I worked on Rebels, working with Jon Favreau and setting things down in The Mandalorian created an opportunity to see how does Ahsoka work as a character in live action with the head, tail, and the makeup, and what does that look like? Can a performer bring that to life in a way that's meaningful? Now, to be fair, I do before this continues, I do think the Ahsoka character works really well in both animated form and the little that I've seen at the moment, and that my tune can change about live action after I watch the Ahsoka show. But at the moment, I think it's the whole Ahsoka bit and being in live action works really well, especially with how Rosario Dawson has been playing her. Hell yeah, she helps make Ahsoka work better in live action. So yes. Anyways, continuing this article, Filoni goes on to the detail Rosario Dawson makeup test, knowing she was right for the role, and Kathleen Kennedy's mentorship. And then they say, I think most of us who watched Rebels took Ahsoka as a spin-off / sequel from the get-go. And that's fair. The show will finally reveal what happened to Ezra and Thrawn. Where are they? Will Ahsoka end up being find Ezra? And how will they do it? I'm still sad we didn't get an animated follow-up, because, with exception, Star Wars animation is better than the live-action show they've been producing. I mean, for the most part, I can see that, because, I think the best animated, live action bits that we got in shows has been Mando Season 1 and 2. Season 3 was that was really about it. And Andor. But outside of that, it's been a hit or miss. Mostly a miss than a hit. Anyways. And I love the animation renditions of the characters and the actors who played them. I'm still not sold that Mary Elizabeth Winston is Hera, Although Natasha Liu Borsizo looks much better and more convincing as Sabine. I think Rosario Dawson performs well as Ahsoka, but I can't reconcile the live action version with SAX animated performance. And I am starting to feel that bringing these characters over to live action is a double edged sword, and in some instances, it's not worth what gets lost in translation. I get that because, like, some kind of like to that point where I'm starting to feel like bringing these characters over to live action is a double edged sword, and in some instances, it's not worth what gets lost in translation because, like, as we know, Disney, for some reason, has this obsession of remaking literally all of their anime stuff into live action. They're going to do that with The Little Mermaid. That's like the newest one that's coming out. That's coming out within a few weeks. And I don't want to see that. I don't have plans to bring my ass to the theaters to see it. I'm not going. I don't have any plans to see the new Little Mermaid in theaters. Maybe down the line, like, I will see it, but I have no interest in like watching the Little Mermaid in theaters. Or I don't feel a need to like saying, "Oh my god, I need to like hurry to see the Little Mermaid movie." Like kind of like how I am with wanting to see the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I want to see that movie. I mean, like saying, "Ooh, I so gotta see the new Little Mermaid movie." I mean, new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So I can see. I don't know. So I can understand that bit. Now for Mary Elizabeth Winston as Hera, I can understand people's hesitation for that. Cause like when Rosario Dawson was cast as Ahsoka, I said, okay, she looks like Ahsoka, but like, first of all, I was kind of excited, cause all I knew Rosario Dawson from was Daredevil. And I was saying, oh, cool, that really attractive nurse from Daredevil is going to be in Ahsoka. That's pretty cool. And but at the same time, I was like saying, but can she pull it off? So I was skeptically optimistic, and I'm going to be the same way with Mary Elizabeth Winston as Hera Syndulla and Natasha Liu Borsillo as Sabine. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic about those two. Not because I don't have faith in them, because it's just like mostly because I haven't really seen them in anything, to my knowledge. So I'll give them a shot, but like I said, I can kind of see like the whole hesitation. Anyways, and then which the last part of this article kind of gets me. My only issue with this interview is Dave calling Kathleen a mentor. He's been making Star Wars much longer than she has, and he worked directly with George Lucas. I don't know if he means that, or if one of the nice ties of giving all these interviews, but I mostly loved his work and hate that what she's done to Star Wars. So it's a troubling notion, and I can kind of get that, and I actually in full agreement with that. Like, Dave Filoni calling Kathleen Kennedy a mentor is like, what? Out of all the people, Kathleen Kennedy is a mentor? I mean, kudos for you, but like like most of the shit that Kathleen Kennedy gets involved with has been shit when it comes to Star Wars. The George Lucas era of Star Wars was great. I loved the first 6 Star Wars movies. And I have to give it to Dave Filoni. I have thoroughly enjoyed Clone Wars. There might have been like a few episodes, like story arcs here and there where I'm like, about, but overall, I really enjoyed Clone Wars. And I didn't enjoy Rebels as much as I enjoyed Clone Wars, but I also enjoyed Rebels as well. My favorite episodes of Rebels has to be the ones that Ahsoka was in. Like, season 2 was my favorite because of Ahsoka and Vader. Once they, like, use the whole road between worlds in, season 4, I was like, to bring her back, it's like, really? Like, on one hand, my fan side of Ahsoka, because Ahsoka is my favorite Clone Wars character. I'm saying, okay, cool, Ahsoka lives. We're going to see more of her. But at the same time, I was like, after I, like, let myself, like, cool down a bit and actually think things through, I was like, wouldn't it have been better if Ahsoka just died with Vader? Because, yeah, in Vader's hands, like, she could have, like, potentially died when the temple, like, fell, pretty much. I think that temple fell. I don't know. But if Ahsoka died to the hands of Vader, right? It could have, like, made the whole, like, redemption arc for Vader in Return of the Jedi a bit more powerful. Because that scene in Return of the Jedi I'm referring to when Vader saves, like, Vader lets Anakin out and Anakin saves Luke from the Emperor. That scene is already powerful. Even though it was made somewhat weaker by them the George Lucas dubbing no, you know, when as Vader does it twice. But outside of those 2 times, outside of that, I do have to say that scene is very powerful in itself. But having, like, if Ahsoka died at Vader's hands, because I do remember before season 4 aired, I did watch Return of the Jedi a few times, and I do remember, like, when I thought Ahsoka was dead, like, actually dead, not somehow in hiding, somehow survived. That scene that I've just mentioned where Anakin gets redeemed in Return of the Jedi, saving his son, it's like, that was more powerful, that was more emotional. And then as soon as, like, Ahsoka was, like, saved by Ezra, I rewatched that scene on YouTube and said, yeah, some of that power was taken away with the whole, like, Ezra, like, bringing her back, so I don't know. But, I will be watching the Ahsoka show. You guys can expect episode by episode and essentially a series review of Ahsoka. Dave Filoni is in charge, so I, like, have faith that the show will be better than, like, shows like Kenobi and the Book of Boba. But I'm still skeptical about it a little bit. Because on one hand, I think that Ahsoka should have died in her fight towards Vader. And I know I said this before in this video, multiple times before, but Ahsoka should have died in the hands of Vader. And it's Disney, because, like, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it's Disney as an excuse, but, like, I'm not a huge fan of, like, I'm a bigger fan of the George Lucas era of Star Wars than I am of those Disney Star Wars. Granted that there are some things in Disney Star Wars that I have thoroughly enjoyed, like The Force Awakens, even though that's a carbon copy of A New Hope, but I have thoroughly enjoyed The Force Awakens. I had thoroughly enjoyed Rogue One, Andor, Um, Tales of the Jedi, Visions, both the first and second volumes. Clone Wars season 7 for the most part. The sister arc could have been in. Rebels, I enjoyed for the good proportion of it. Trying to think of um Mandalorian's, especially the first two seasons, I really enjoyed. So like, I can say that this like there are like things in Disney Star Wars where I have enjoyed, and I think fans, even the critics of Disney Star Wars, can say that they have enjoyed some moments of Disney Star Wars. But I'm in the camp where I'm a more of the George Lucas era Star Wars fan than I am of a Disney Star Wars fan. So, like I said, I'm going to give Ahsoka the chance. It's held by Dave Filoni, and he was trained under George Lucas, so I have faith that this show will be at least decent. But if he's saying that Kathleen Kennedy is like he looks like her as a mentor, then it kind of like makes me more cautious than excited about the series. But that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. May the force be with us all.